We have problems of high food prices. We've got the monetary policy issues and monetary tightening by the central banks. We've got the banking crisis that creates a bit of uncertainty of what will happen. And we have issues of climate risks. WTO members need to remember that trade is a source of resilience. In spite of all these problems I've said, trade is a big source of resilience because those countries that have problems accessing food or supplies can import them from somewhere else in the world. So for our members, we are encouraging to maintain the free and open trade, to avoid putting export restrictions in the way of trade or protectionist measures so that the free flow of trade can help the world recover from these multiple crises that it's confronting. We hope that moving forward, China can do even better because it's the second largest economy in the world. It's certainly the second in terms of exports and imports. So it carries a very big weight. And a lot of its trade is not only with developed countries like the United States and Europe, but with other developing countries. So we want China to do well so that other developing countries, especially the poor countries countries in Africa, for instance, can also do well. We are hoping that this opening up and the ability of China to rebound, both within the internal economy, there's the dual circulation policy, the demand inside China, but also from the outside, that will help. Now, China is one of the biggest source of service trade in the world because a lot of world tourism is dependent on Chinese traffic. And we think that will recover and that will be a benefit to many poor countries in the world. So this is one of the areas we are looking at for a rebound. The multilateral trading system has delivered very well for the world, and it's underpinned by WTO rules. So for these past 75 years, it has performed very well. It has lifted more than 1 billion people, most of them in China, out of poverty, but also in the rest of the world. This is a time to strengthen it. It is not a time to fragment. It is not a time to decouple into different trading blocs. And we should avoid protectionist measures. We think China can play a big role because being the second largest economy, China's demand for products from the rest of the world is critically important, particularly for emerging markets and developing countries. MC12, thank you. The 12th ministerial meeting in June was successful and China played a very important role in that. We are expecting that MC13, which will be in February of 2024, we hope it will be equally successful, but it will need every single WTO member to work, including China, to work together.